Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to MG Winchester, doing really horrible content.
Yep. Okay, today we're going to look at cringy Wattpad books.
So, if you're on Wattpad, I'm sorry, because Wattpad has a reputation, or at least for us, where it's just really cringy content. I mean, maybe we're hypocrites for saying this because we're on YouTube making live streams that are really dumb and pointless, and I'm sure that I'll cringe at myself later. But Wattpad has really cringy, really horrible stories that it's just good job, Grace. Anyway, so what we're doing today is we're just broadcasting all those really cringy stories onto you, so I hope that you'll be able to avoid them in the future. So, we're
just going to basically read a cringy Wattpad book.
Yeah.
And react to it.
So what makes a Wattpad book cringy? We should talk about that first. So, on Wattpad, they have, it's not just Wattpad, it's just life in general, where there's all the, bad boy, bad girl, and, the vampire, werewolf, nerdy, smutty content. And, it's just so overdone, and every single thing on every single book on Wattpad is exactly like that. And it's just horrible in every single way, and every single book is like that. And we've all had those moments where you start out in Wattpad and you think, oh, this is such original content, but then you read more and more.
It's not original.
No.
It's bad.
I have depression. So, we're going to visit those great books today.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. So, let's get into it then. Woo!
Woohoo!
Alright, so what's a story we can watch? Or
watch? Yes.
Yes, watch.
Where was it? I think it's called Where I Belong. It should be the first thing because it's a very much viewed book.
Is it?
There it is.
Where I Belong.
Yeah. That cover though, 10 out of 10.
Oh, for sure. Okay. Alright, so Where I Belong, previously known as The Bad Boy Fell Hard, which, from there is a really bad title. You could look up Bad Boy on Wattpad, and there's going to be several thousand books that come up, and they all have the exact same comments, and every teen fiction book, Anyway, Olivia White wanted to go unnoticed in her senior year, being new and now picking a fight with the queen bitch who becomes famous in one day. And most definitely catches the eye of Derek Hudson, aka the badass Greek god of the school. Greek god? Okay, so.
Okay, quick fact. I don't like when people use the term Greek god to, describe a guy. Because.
Is that,
It's a cliche.
Okay.
Because, not all Greek gods are handsome.
But, I thought when they said Greek god that they literally meant Greek god. Badass Greek god. He's Poseidon before us, standing in our school hallway. But anyway.
Poseidon just chilling out with a bunch of teens.
Yep. You know what?
Sounds a little bit too much like Percy Jackson.
I was going to say Percy Jackson did it.
Percy Jackson. But
she has a secret. He wanted to know her. He wants to know her. He wants to know her. Cool. She's oblivious. Not obvious. She's oblivious to his. I can't read today, I'm sorry. Affections. He's determined on making her his. Oh,
His babe.
like, really. Speaking of, we're both in our last year of high school, and speaking, as teenagers who go to a high school, this is absolutely nothing that happens, and that's part of what a cliche is just so far from the truth that it's hilarious. And, yeah, especially with this book because, she goes unnoticed in her senior year, being new and picking a fight with the queen bitch, which there's always a queen bee in these sort of.
Hi, McKenna.
Hello.
The camera?
Yeah, the nice one that your grandma's lending you to.
Okay,
Woo.
cool.
And now we're having an unboxing.
Okay, cool.
In the
I know. Okay.
Ooh.
Who cares about the camera?
What's in the box?
It's my Barry Allen that I forgot.
Oh, very nice, Grace.
Very
nice.
chic. It's the Justice League one, but I want the CW.
It's a Justice League one?
Yeah, it's the Justice League movie that just came out. It's
Yeah.
just merch from that. I wanted, CW. But whatever.
Oh, she got the one-on-one?
No. It's it's still Flash, but not it's not Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Almost casually throw that on the ground,
I love how much that you, love your things.
I do. I really
And your,
do.
camera.
It doesn't even have an SD card.
Oh, it probably doesn't. Ooh. This is now an unboxing. Forget everything else. There is no camera. Is there? Oh.
I was like, I could have sworn my camera's not that old.
And finally, we can record these with a little bit of
it's
good
so small
content.
and cute. That's what I wanted.
Does it have a SD card?
Go on there. No, that's I haven't used one of these cameras.
You look like you're looking at something you've never seen before.
It's probably not even charged. Oh, that's what that's for. No, it's not charged. Can't turn on enough.
Charge it, and we'll just continue with this then. And then, so the author has graciously put a little bit of her story into the description here. What are you doing? I frowned a little. He did not reply, but pulled my crop down and did the same with my shorts. I squeaked.
Her crop?
Crop top? Oh, crop top. Yeah, crop top.
Where's the other? Oh, there it is.
Squeaked. I squeaked. So how do you squeak, Grace?
I don't know. She part mouse?
Then putting his hand on my waist, pulling me closer, he trailed his lips along my jaw and his ear, into his ear. His ear? Along my jaw to his ear, and said, "It's too short. I don't want people to see what's mine like this," as he kissed down below my ear, causing me to shiver. I caught his shoulder for support,
Only his one shoulder.
feeling my legs go weak. And you can notice, feeling, my has a capital in the middle of a sentence. Legs go weak. How can this man have so much effect on me? I looked at in his striking blue eyes and blinked, breaking the magic. Pulling away, I looked at him and said, I don't belong to you, Derek. I am my own person. Don't do it again. Somehow, I did not mind me being his. But that "you are mine" sentence brought back memories, so I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Oh, I wonder what memories it could possibly bring back. Turning around to leave when his sentence stopped me. It does not change why do they have like do not and does not? Like, it's not like you're writing an essay here. You can, use words like don't. It does not change the fact that comma, no one can look at you or touch your body, even if they want to. His voice was so deadly calm. It gave me shivers. You already said that, honey. They will have to go through me first. I walk out of class to the washroom and took deep breaths. First story. Oh my gosh. Make this story where I kidnapped her little sister and claim her as my own, because that's what's gonna happen. She's so cute.
What?
I don't know. She is so cute. Her eyes. She's so cute. Her eyes. Grace, you are so cute. Your eyes.
She is so cute. Her eyes.
Yep. Why would anyone just sit down and randomly decide to create some irrelevant formulas? Formulas. You know what? I create formulas all the time.
Let's start reading it. I want to cringe.
I really don't want to start reading this though.
I'm already on like chapter like.
I don't know. The start. It's such a unique name for the first chapter.
It's not even.
Hey.
Wait, we have to
Oh
critique
my
the
God.
fan cast or the cast.
Olivia White. That's the girl's name, is Olivia White.
It's the character's name, not the.
Yeah, I know. The character's name is Olivia White, which is so cliche. In Wattpad
If
books,
you use a color as a last name in a Wattpad book, like, get out.
that's like we write. There's a lot of people who recognize that these are all cliches, and they'll write cliche books like on purpose, and they'll have the names like Olivia White, Yellow, Blue, Black, Green. So it's. Hi guys, and this is another thing is when they put like the author's notes. Hi guys, I know from fact most of you won't read this, but this is my first story on Wattpad. I hope you enjoyed this. Love, Tanya. BTW, that's Olivia. Who else would it be? Olivia's point of view. The worst part of early morning is having to leave your bed, and it always starts with waking up
in bed. Or the alarm going off. Oh, I hate Mondays.
I'm such a nerd. It's a jealousy that the universe has towards us for being such beautiful relationship with this piece of heaven. Groaning, I finally wake up. I hate leaving my bed. Taking my clothes for the day, I made my way to the bathroom, brushed my teeth and stripped out of my night clothes, taking a long shower. Quickly getting dressed, I put my hair in a ponytail, grabbed my bag, and went downstairs. Good morning, honey. Sleep well? My mom said in her happy voice.
Personally, my mom doesn't ever call me honey or any nickname, so I just find this really stupid.
See, when you go downstairs, like after getting dressed, the last thing I want is my mom, honey, good morning. Did you sleep well?
Good
Honestly,
morning.
I just want to go back to bed, so nobody talks to me. No teenager can possibly be this happy in the morning, though. And talk about this way towards her, her mother.
Technical difficulties.
I know.
When the screen goes black. Dun, dun.
Yeah. My mom said in her happy voice, how can one not smile while looking at her? She's so radiant. See, no, I don't.
I cannot smile.
Nobody talks about their mom that way. She's so radiant. And there's another capital in the middle of a sentence. Love it.
Good morning to you, mother dearest.
Yes, I slept well. Dad's working early, I ask her. She's like so happy. She's like a Disney princess. I asked her. Mom was a lawyer and Dad had a business. The both owned a private firm, and even though they are hardly here, I love them a lot.
Oh, how convenient. Your parents are never home.
I wonder what could happen. Where is Bella? Bella, my sweet little sister, who looks innocent, but can be a spawn of the devil if she wants. Me here was the voice. Me here. Me here was the voice that came, followed by little footsteps running towards me. Leah, she squeaked. I hate that word, squeak. Squeak is like mouth. And jumped in my arms. Morning, sweetheart. Ready for? Sitting on her counter and kissing her forehead. Do I have to go? Pouting, she gave me her best puppy eyes. Aha. How can one say no to her? Yes, you do. Now hurry with the breakfast, both of you, Mom said in a stern voice. Groaning, she raised her hands for me to pick her up. As I set her on the floor, she ran to her room to get her bag. I smiled at her running figure and quickly finished my breakfast, looking at my watch. I sighed. 7 o'clock. I have to be in school in 15 minutes. Bella came downstairs and ran towards Mom and kissed her on the cheek. Mom had to... Food. Bagged food.
Oh, my grandmother's.
Cool. Bella came downstairs and ran towards my mom and kissed her on the cheek. Mom had to bend for that, though.
Another thing, too, the younger siblings in these stories, their intelligence level is always changing.
But from a writer's standpoint, the way it's written is just really bad because they just show, they don't tell. Or they tell, they don't show. I don't know the difference. I know the difference, but not right now. But they just say, they say
They're telling
everything.
you.
Mom had to bend down, though. Don't tell me that Mom bent down. Show me that she did. Describe in words. Like, you don't have to put, like, this brackets. You don't need brackets. Describe. I smiled at her as she jumped up and down. Hurry, Leah, quickly pecking my mom's cheek. Saying bye, we made way to my baby. I love my G-Wagon. Yep, because she's so unique that she has to have a G-Wagon. Oh my god, there's more.
What do the comments say under the picture? They're like, whoa, that's a sick ride, fam.
Fucking sexy. Such a beauty. OMG. Oregon. Same. She's better work with that matte black G-Wagon. Okay. Simply beautiful. Sexy as mofo. It's my absolute favorite car. I love it so much. Sex on wheels. I hate people who give these people motivation. Would you care to read the rest?
No, I'm eating.
I'm eating too.
Okay. Putting Bella's safety belt on, I quickly hopped in and drove her to the kindergarten. Throughout the way, she kept on rambling about the boy that she met in the park. She quickly kissed me on the cheek and hopped off the car, running inside her building.
Do it in your cliche voice.
Once I was there, Once I was sure she was in, I started my babe and drove to the school. You know, the school. All I want this year is to stay out of the spotlight. No drama. A normal school year. Well, that's totally gonna go according to plan. I parked my car in the parking lot and grabbed my stuff, trying to ignore the curious stares of people around me and many people looking at me. I hate attention.
Why does she have to put that in, like,
Was she thinking it like in her mind?
I don't know, she could put that in, like,
The italics.
italics, just to say that you mean it. Like, you can do italics on Wattpad. I'm not sure if you know that or not. Sighing, I got of the car. I got of the car and locked it before making my way to the building. I was early, but still there were many people around. Feeling the stares on me, I moved a little faster. Why are there stairs on her though? Like when you walk into a high
Fun
school
fact,
building,
in high school, no one gives two shit about anyone.
no, nobody cares about the queen bee. Nobody cares. They just want to get through the day.
No one cares about anyone.
And especially if she really, through the years, have went unnoticed without any drama, there is going to be nobody that looks at her because she's no one.
You're
like-
no one in high school.
I have my group of friends. We don't have any drama. So when I walk into school, nobody's looking at me because nobody cares. They could probably care less about me.
I mean, if you give them a reason to stare, like if you wear like a chicken suit into high school, yeah, people
People are
going to
stare.
But on your average day, people don't care. No one cares about you. And that's fun fact in high school.
And the thing is, all these books are made by, like,
People who probably don't know what high school is.
11-year-olds. And, like, they can be writers and everything. I understand the fact that they're not going to be good writers. They don't know proper grammar and spelling, and even, like, the way that these are laid out. Like, a paragraph is 3 sentences. When you start a conversation or start someone talking, you have to indent. But they don't, obviously. And then there's that little space in between there. They don't look it over. And then all of the grammar errors within here. It's one big mess. And I understand that because they're only kids. However, this got billions of views. Or millions, or at least millions, I'm pretty sure. And there's all these people that are giving them motivation. And I'm not saying that motivation is bad or anything. But you have to critique it. Because it's not a good book. In the least. It's cliche. And it's filled with errors. And there's all this wrong stuff about it. So you can say, I get where your inspiration's coming from and everything. But here are the things that you could go wrong. Or that went wrong. And here's how you can fix them. Nobody's doing that. They're just giving them all this motivation. And at some point you have to give them tough love. I don't even know if these are all the people that would actually, like, they're all 11-year-olds as well. Like, I don't know a single person a single adult who would look at this and go, oh yeah, this is the best book since, like, Shakespeare. Best book because
He wrote playwrights, not books.
I know. That's what.
It's the best book since the Bible.
Yeah. It's the best book since the Bible.
It's better than the Bible.
What? Cornelius? No, the start. Who cares about, Revelations when you have Where I Belong by devilish _ angel 34. Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm new here. That's another thing. If you're new, nobody knows that you're new. If she really goes to the school, like, the school's probably going to be filled with at least 1,000 people. And not everybody knows who everybody is, especially because they're in different grades. So if somebody's like, oh, they're new, they don't really know because she could be in grade 9. She could be in grade 12. Nobody really knows. You don't talk to absolutely everybody in a school. Even, like, a really, really tight school.
Yeah, like, I don't care what other grades are doing.
No, I could care less. I don't even care about people in my own grade. I care about myself and just getting through high school. I'm new here. Can you please tell me the way to the office? I smiled nervously at
Here's
her.
another thing too. Shouldn't they like get their schedules like beforehand? Like we usually get our schedules like beforehand. Like I know we get them on the day of, like, and like but in grade 9 we get them like beforehand. Like she,
yeah.
as a new student, she should also get them beforehand too. That system's messed up if they give it to her on the day of.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but our school doesn't do that.
That's another. All these spaces between like words and like punctuation marks really bugs me. Amber's the name, and sure, let's go.
No one introduces themselves like that.
If the first day we met and you said, "Oh, what's your name?" and I said, "McKenna's the name," what would you do?
I'd be like, like smile and be like, yeah, cool.
I would think that there's something wrong with me, honestly. 'Cause nobody said Amber's the name.
I'm just trying to picture Amber actually doing that. She would never.
Amber's the name.
You're like, yeah, no thanks.
Are you like a James Bond villain or something? Smiling at her once again, we started going down the corridor, talking aimlessly.
No one makes friends that fast.
No.
Mm-mm.
It took like, what, a semester for us to be friends?
Yeah.
To even start really talking. So,
I mean, unless you're like in JK, like when you're young, I think you make friends that
hey,
fast.
nobody remembers that though. Honestly, if you just...
Because they're not really friends, you're just playing with kids.
If you play with a kid, you're automatically their best friend.
Yeah.
Um...
But when you're older, it takes more than like 1 second to become friends with someone.
Even if like you're walking down the hall, if she's really nervous about people staring at her and stuff like that, if she's really, a loser, blah 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 blah, then she's gonna be like all nervous. She's not gonna like talk outgoing with them.
Yeah.
Assuming that she's gonna be like this like introverted person. Because as an introverted person, I don't go out talking to everybody. Oh hey, person I don't know, can you tell me where the office is? Oh yeah, Amber's the name. Let's go.
If I was in her position, I would just struggle until I find the office.
I wouldn't
talk to
ask
anyone.
anybody. No. As a teenager who doesn't like talking to people, I would try to find the office and not ask anybody. Anyway.
And usually the office is like right at the front of the school too. So she should, I don't know how her school's set out, but.
So when did you move here? She asked. Last week. And that's another thing. You don't know who's talking. This is...
I know, sometimes I have to go back up and like go back and forth and see who's talking.
Mm-hmm. See, this is... stop it. This is Amber's thing. She asked. That's great. Now this has an indent, or a tab, indent it, so you know that that's not the same person that's talking. Last week, my parents moved their firm here, so she smiled and dropped, pointing to the door. You go in, I will wait here. That's... It's probably us and like another person, don't worry. Where are we? And that's another thing is, I don't know who's talking now. You go in, I will wait here. That's great. Tab it. I really liked her. Thank you. Quickly getting my schedule and locker number, I made my way out of the office. Amber stood outside, scrolling through the phone, or her phone. She looked up at once she saw me. Locker number? It's 256. We're going towards my locker when someone called for Amber. It's okay, you can go. Thanks for helping me. She winked at me and said, "Welcome, honey." Why does everybody call people honey? See you in lunch. In lunch. See you in lunch.
See you in my lunch.
I nodded and made my way to the locker. Opening it and putting my stuff inside, I didn't notice the hallway getting quiet. My locker door slammed shut and I jumped back. Turning around, I came face to face with 3 girls. And that's another thing. As we said before, nobody cares in high school. So if there's just going to be some new chick going to her locker, nobody's going to be like, oh, look at that chick at her locker. I'm going to slam her locker shut.
It's not realistic.
I understand that books aren't realistic to a point, but the cringe.
To be honest, when someone's standing in front of my locker or something, I just wait silently until they move. Because half the time they notice me standing there and they're like, oh, sorry. And then they get out of the way. And if they don't, I will like tap them on their shoulder and they'll like get the message and they'll move out of the way. No one like gets mad. It's a common thing that happens sometimes because lockers are close to each other. It happens, right?
So the moral of the story here is nobody cares. Anyway, you are in my way. And you are in my way. Not you're in my way. You are in my way.
I didn't know what you were saying.
You know what? I think she's a robot. Here, I'm going to bet that at the end of the book, the queen bitch is a robot. You are in my way, the girl in the center sneered. I was, however, unfazed by her anger and looked at her. I smiled. And you are? Students were looking at us. Some had their phones out recording. Nobody cares. Oh, look, there's some people talking. I'm going to get my phone now.
That never. The only time that actually happens is when like it's a legit fight up at the depot.
We have like this depot up at our school. So like there's our school and then there's the depot. It's called a depot because we had like this donut depot there in the 80s. And everybody just called it that. It's like the hangout place, quote unquote, where all like the druggies.
There's a Subway and like pizza there.
Yeah, there's like a drugstore too and stuff like that. So everybody goes up there for lunch, and there's a lot of fights. And yes, people get their phones out if there's a fight, in which I would understand. This isn't a fight. This is girls talking.
No one cares about you.
You were in my. I said that. You don't know me.
Oh, they do.
It's okay. She really needed to work on her acting skills. You don't know me? Oh, that's it. Honey, more of the honeys. We're just all bees here. Honey, how am I gonna know you until you don't tell me your name? Have some manners. Some people gasped around me. Some sniffled a laugh. The girl looked livid, but then smiled at me. Bipolar much?
I don't like when people use that.
No. Bipolar much?
Oh my god, she's so bipolar.
Oh my god. Gracie, are you bipolar?
I am.
Oh my goodness. Bipolar much. Lena Stone.
Stone?
Now, bitch, why don't you move out of the way? Her squeaky, more of those squeaky mouse things. Squeaky sweet voice made me sick. Out of your way? To where? Sighing angrily, she said, to my locker. I turned around and caught Amber's eye. She was smirking and winked at me. I smiled back, then looked at Lena. I kept a blank face. Walk around. I ain't moving anywhere, sweetie.
That looks so good.
Her face turned red and her nostrils flared. See, whenever anybody says her nostrils flared, I think of like some cartoon going, her nostrils flared. Like, it's out of my way, she growled, or at least tried to. No, walk around. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that she's in her way. She growled, or I said that. I rolled my eyes.
Another thing too, when do kids have time to do this?
I know, there's like 5 minutes before each class. Like, you have 5 minutes before the bell to get to class.
There's not time for people to be caring about the stuff in between classes.
Plus, this is the morning, remember. Nobody, like, everybody's like a zombie in the morning where nobody cares about anything. Listen here, bitch. You think you can come in here and order me around? Try coming in my way and I will crush you. She seethed. Whatever. Grabbing her wrist, I pushed her hand away, my 5'6" height looking down at her 5'4" frame. You listen here, honey. Touch me again like this, and I will break your hands without regret. Understood? Oh, she's such a badass.
Wow.
Keeping my voice low and intense, I saw her eyes become wide. Don't cross my path. I will not cross yours. Now walk around. She huffed, stomping her foot and moved out of the way. No, I keep seeing that. I sighed and picked up my bag and fixed my books in my arm. So much for no drama this year. This is her first day at school, 5 minutes in. If she wanted no drama, she's really bad at it. Looking around, I saw people looking at me with disbelief, making me raise my eyebrow at them. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Magic food. Ew, milk. Cow. Ugh. Ew. Oh my god, I was right. You got fire in you, girl. She's like the black friend, like that. It's Sashi Boom Keisha. We'll read that next. Like an actual Wattpad cliche book that's supposed to be cliche. Sassy Boom Keisha is just the best. Amber said behind, and I turned around and smirked. You can't boss people around. She can't boss people around. Rolling my eyes, and I chuckled. Did you see her